Eliza, Elisa, Mary Princess, Cyber, okay, for number 1, sa true or false, punta kayo sa true or false part. Okay, so the owner's equity is positive daw when liabilities exceed assets. Again, we will go back to the basic accounting equation, which is asset, liabilities, plus owner's equity. Okay, ang owner's equity daw will remain positive if liabilities is higher than its asset. So, kung mas mataas yung liabilities, so, sige, may sample tayo. So, let's remain owner's equity positive. Let's say 1,500 and 2,500 ang ating liabilities. Higher than its owner's equity. So, let's have 1,000 lang. Ayan. What if daw higher ang liabilities than its asset? What will happen to the owner's equity? Of course, the owner's equity will no longer be positive. Bakit? Let's isolate owner's equity. Iwanan natin yung owner's equity account or title sa right kasi yan yung original equation. So isolate natin to ha. Transfer natin tong 2,500. So 1,000 from positive, it becomes negative. Tama? Kasi nag-pass siya ng equal sign. Okay. So magkakaroon tayo ng negative. Tama? Negative 1,500. Tama? Positive pa ba ang ating owner's equity? Hindi na. Kasi anong sabi? If we deduct the liabilities from the asset, we can now determine yung portion or yung part ng owner's equity. So this time, it is false kasi hindi na positive ang owner's equity kung mas mataas ang liabilities. Okay? Every time na ang liabilities ay mas mataas than its asset, the owner's equity will no longer be positive. Nakuha? Based on the equation? So therefore, the answer for this particular question ay false. Kasi hindi magiging positive ang owner's equity kung mas mataas ang liabilities. Okay? Dapat mas mataas ang asset than its liability para maging positive ang owner's equity. Okay? Kuha. Naintindihan po? Kasunod. Based on the equation, laging gagamitin itong basic accounting equation, which is asset equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Next, number 2. Okay, this one. 80% got correct answer. So when revenue daw exceeds expenses, there is net profit. In a reverse case, there is a net loss. So we will go back to the equation na revenue, i-minus natin yung ating expenses. Dalawa yan, it's either net income or net loss. Okay, this time revenue exceeds. Mas mataas daw si revenue than its expenses. Meron bang net profit? Yes. Net profit or income will result if revenue ay mas mataas. Kung yung gross earnings ay mas mataas than its expenses. You can check your own Genyo. And then check if there are corrections. Next. The statement of financial condition or position is the other name for balance sheet. Diba ito yung fulcrum? Asset should always equal to its liabilities and owner's equity. So ganito lagi ang tandaan yung equation. Therefore, the other term for financial position or financial condition is balance sheet. Okay? Kailangan laging balance. Or else, merong error in the recording, merong inaccurate encoding ng data or information. Next. In accounting and legal points of view, an owner of a single proprietorship or sole proprietorship business enterprise is a distinct and separate entity from the business itself. True po. Diba yung business legal definition na separated ang owner from the business? From the business, separated na sila. Once the business is registered, so you can no longer sue the owners. Ang liable lang ay the business itself, not the owner. May legal separation ang owners from the business. Okay, separated na po. Next, number 5. To persuade an investor to invest money in a particular company, relevant and reliable accounting information is required. Ayan, true. Always yan. Kailangan laging accurate, relevant ang mga information or data encoded and recorded. Kailangan palagi. Next. Ayan, dito ba may correction? So please go to sa identification, part 1. And then let's identify kung ito ba ay mga business or personal transactions. Sino nakakilala kay Tony Tan Kak Chong? Anyone? Who knows Tony Tan Cakchong? So he is the founder and owner of the famous office and school supplies, the National Bookstore. Tony Tan Cakchong. Oh wait. Oh, no, Jollibee. By the way, you will have your sa second quarter pa naman, your project in bookkeeping. Ayan. So again, Tony Tan Cakchong is the owner and CEO of Jollibee Food Corporation. Sorry, not National Bookstore. So he is the tycoon, business tycoon of the famous fast food chain in the Philippines and worldwide. So si Tony Tan Cakchong daw buys tickets to his children at 3,000 pesos per person. So is it personal or business? Are we going to record itong ganitong event, particularly this transaction in the business? Are we going to record? No. Kasi we classify this ganitong transaction as a personal transaction and not business transaction. Okay? Ayan, maliit lang naman. 11.54% got it incorrect. So next, Edmundo Cruz, the sole proprietorship of an appliances repair shop, pays the light and water bills of the business. Ayan. Meron na. Therefore, this one, yung second, is business transaction. Therefore, itong particular event na to should be recorded sa journal or sa accounting book. Okay? Yung light and water bills, also known as utilities. Utilities expenses under expenses account. Next, the tuition fees of the children of Tony Tan Cakchong are paid by him from his personal funds. See? From the keyword itself, personal funds. Therefore, it is not included in the book of accounts, in the accounting books. Next, the mayor's permit to operate the business and other licenses are paid. The fourth one should be recorded because any event and transaction that arises from the business operation itself should be recorded and seen sa accounting books. This one is under the title licenses and permits, or permits and licenses expense. So these are expenses. Next, Tony Tan Kak Chong makes an additional investment. Business. Every time merong additional investment, initial investment at first in the business ng owner, so it should be recorded. Okay. Next. This one, you need to classify according to anong account. So, furniture and fixture, it is an asset account. The furniture and fixtures class should be classified or computed its value. It is recorded under asset account. Yeah. So 61%. Got it. Good. Yeah. So again, although this title, mayroon siyang expenses sa kanyang terms, prepaid expenses, this is not an expense account. Again, prepaid expense is the only asset account na mayroong expense sa kanyang title. Okay, asset po ang prepaid expenses. Examples mga prepaid, di ba? Yung mga same, yung prepaid load, prepaid rent, prepaid insurance, those are assets that although hindi pa siya nangyayari, you have to pay it right away. Kailangan bayad siya first hand before the event happens. Kailangan siya bayaran. So, ito, 50% got it into. Next, salaries and wages, correct? This is an expense account. So, pagsusweldohan ng mga employees, kapag papasahurin ng mga workers, the business considered yung mga pasweldo as an expense. Okay, expense po ang salaries and wages. The difference between salaries and wages, do you know? Anong difference between the two? Ang salaries po, regular payment. Bayad ang employees or ang workers per month. Whereas kapag wages naman, ito ang rate niya, tinatawag ang rate niya per hour or depending sa kanyang ipinasok. Okay, depende. Yun lang yung sweldo niya depending kung ilang oras lang siya nagtrabaho sa business. Yun yung difference niya. Wages than salaries. Again, salaries and wages are an expense account. Next, loans payable. Again, ito yung keyword para sa liabilities. Payable. Yung may makikita kayong mga payable na nakakabit sa mga liability, sa mga terms. Okay, loans payable, accounts payable, supplies payable, these are liability account. These are under liability. Drawing, this is an equity account. Drawing meaning withdrawal. The owner withdraws a certain money na ininvest niya sa business. Wait, let me check your attendance. Where are the others? Hindi pumasok. Disconnection. Dalawa lang po ang equity title natin ha. Dalawa lang. Owner's capital at owner drawing. Yung dalawa lang. Next, merchandise inventory are asset accounts. Asset title. This is under asset. So, do you remember yung example na sa mga shelves, yung mga unsold na mga products or goods? Ayan, yung mga nakikita nyo sa shelves, lahat ng products na yon are, lahat ng stocks na mga products are merchandise inventory. It is considered or categorized under asset. Isabel, why are you late?
Hello, Chair. Ay, sorry po. Nagka-problema po sa laptop.
Bad debts. What are these bad debts? So, again, ito yung sinasabi ko na title or account wherein if the customer, if a certain client or customer can no longer pay yung kanyang balance, okay, these are bad debts. Under expense account. Expense na po ang bad debts. Next, land. Okay, good. 88%. Got it correctly. So, land are assets. Next, unearned revenue. These are liabilities. So, ano ba yung mga unearned revenue? Let's say, Globe and Smart Telecom provided mga good service, quality service sa kanyang mga clients. Diba? So, being said that, syempre, these telecoms should provide mga magagandang services, mga quality services sa kanyang clients. So, if the customer and clients rated itong mga telecommunication company na nagustuhan or satisfied sila sa services na ino-offer, diba? This will turn or convert into revenue or income ng business. Diba? Any one of you na satisfied or contented sa service na pinoprovide ng mga telecommunication companies, diba? It will turn into revenue sooner in the future. Kaya siya tinawag na unearned revenue, which we classify under liability. Therefore, This telecommunication companies na katulad ng Globe, Smart, and other mga Converge and Cable Link, those have liabilities sa katulad nating mga customers and clients. Kaya siya kinategorize as liability. Therefore, unearned revenue is under liability account. Next, investment. Ano ba yung mga investment? These are assets. Equity, hindi po kasi share ito ng owner or portion ng owner na ininvest niya. Okay? Pag sinabing investment, these are assets. It's either cash or mga vehicles. Diba? Yan. Vehicles, lahat ng mga products, these are investments. Then, punta po kayo sa identification test 3. And then let's classify each. So revenue daw earned by professionals for services rendered to clients. Ang tamang term po, fees income, baka merong mga corrections. May most likely the same. Yung term, sige, I will double check it kung pwede. Fees can be considered. Okay, basta merong fees. Okay. Next, rentals incurred for spaces being used. Rent expense. Next, receivables covered by promissory note. Anyone who answered it correctly? Meron ba? Tumama. Basta may makikita kayong promissory note, ang title nun ay note. So, it's either receivables, dalawa lang yan. Receivables or payables. Note, ito lang po. Yan, note receivables or note payables. Okay, dalawa lang. Depending on the point of view. Receivables or payables. So this time, obligations. To suppliers for goods and services received on account. Ito, palagi kayo may makikitang account, therefore it is under an account title. So merong account. Accounts payable. Kaya siya obligations. And then last, withdrawals by the sole proprietorship. This one pala. Si Socorro Ramos is the founder and CEO of National Bookstore. Sorry. Tony Tantaksong is a founder and owner ng Jollibee Food Corporation. I will consider ito yung pang-fifth, yung withdrawals. Kapag yung nilagay nyo ay owner drawing or owner withdrawal. Ayan. We'll consider that. Okay, this one. 5 points each to. 5 points each. So total assets daw amounting to 1,123,098 hundreds. And liabilities are 987,654 and 88 hundredths. How much is owner's equity? Owner's equity plus liability equals asset. So, hinahanap po ang owner's equity. Liabilities. Tama ba yung inyong solution? 987,654.88. Asset, meron tayong 1,123,098. So again, let's isolate owner's equity. Transfer natin yung liability amount sa left side to find the amount remaining on the owner's equity. So subtract lang natin. What's the answer? Ayan. Subtract lang natin. So, the owner's equity amount is 135,346.1. Pwede ring 0.10. So, 135,345.10. So, subtract lang natin. Always use. Sa exam nyo on your first quarter exam, merong ganito. Please provide the solution to that. And then, itong second, for the year 2019, the dental clinic of Dr. Karina Ruiz realized a net profit of 345,675. The total expenses now amounted to 700,000 pesos. How much was the total revenue? The correct equation to that ay revenue minus expenses equals net profit. O, ito yung net profit. O. So, lagay nyo yung net profit. 345,678. So, revenue ang hinahanap minus expenses na 700,000. Let's isolate, of course, itong R, or revenue. Transfer natin yung 700,000 to the right side. Diba? Then, the negative now becomes positive. So, pag-add lang natin. Now, we have the revenue amounting to 1,045,678. Nakuha? Iyon lang laging equation and yung basic kanina, accounting equation ang gagamitin. Yun lang palaging dalawa. Next. Check natin. Ayan. Next. Gains and losses will appear in what financial statements? Income. Ito po yung revenue minus expenses. Ito ulit yun. Net income or net loss. Ang tawag dito ay income statement. You will check if the business is earning or incurred losses. Ito yung tawag dito. Income statement. Revenue minus expenses equals net income or net loss. Income statement. Ang gains and losses. Next. These are the resources sacrificed to achieve an objective. Resources sacrificed. Di ba asset ay yung mga benefits or revenue? Ayan yung benefits na nare-receive. Siyempre, in connected to that, merong mga costs. These are the resources sacrificed. These are costs. Next, this form of business organization is under heavy government regulation. Ito yung pinaka complicated na business organization ng corporation. Sa mga business name or title, ito yung mga mayroon kayo makikita na INC na maliit. These are incorporated. These are governed by the business law. Yun yung may mga INC or incorporated. These are corporations. And next. Francesca Corporation, an accounting firm daw earns 450,000 pesos from its audit engagement with San Miguel Corporation. The 450,000 pesos is considered as Francesca's Corporation's what? Ito yung keyword po, earns. Earns, ibig sabihin meron siyang na-receive. Earns 450,000 pesos. Therefore, the 450,000 pesos is called service revenue. Next. These are the revenues earned by merchandising companies. Again, ng merchandising ay merong goods and products. Okay? Merong goods and products. Therefore, ang term kapag nagre-record ng mga naibenta na product ay sales. So, itong dalawang ito, A and B. Not service revenue. Ang service revenue again ay pag nagre-render ng service na katulad ng ganyan, auditing firm, law firm, walang product, di ba? Walang product doon. Services ang ibinibigay. And then, you will be paid by the service you render sa mga clients. Yan, mga interior designing, mga fashion designing, yan, mga engineers, they are being paid by their service they render sa kanilang clients. So, ang tawag doon ay fees or service revenues. So, therefore, kapag merchandising or merong mga goods and products, ang term na ginagamit o ang title na gagamitin or i-record ay sales. Goods or products. Mahirap ba, class? Mahirap ba? Medyo. Ayan. If you have corrections, you can send it para ma-i-consider. Sino absent? Erdrich and Alejandro is absent. 9. So, on Monday, October 1, October 4, ayan, meron pang class before your first quarterly examination. So, review na lang tayo instead of adding isa pang lesson, 'di ba? Review na lang 'yun kasi isang day na lang naman. So, we will have a review regarding the pointers. So, lessons 1 and 2 'yun, ang coverage ng first quarterly examination sa bookkeeping. Ang exam pa naman scheduled ay Saturday, I think. Lahat ng elective ay Saturday pa ang schedule. That is October 9. October 9. So please take note of that. And then, naka-upload naman ang bookkeeping file or yung lesson sa LARC. Sadya nyo kasi nag-expire. You can check it.